Yeah, first and foremost, want to give all praises, glory to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, great millstone, who taught me the truth through the Spirit, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. And honors to you brothers pushing this word and sincerity and truth throughout the four corners of the earth. You know, in the name of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bahashim Rakakadash. Okay, I'm the brother Sahar, and oh yeah, shalom to the hopeful elect out there, men, women, and children. Okay, yeah, brothers Hakabar, and dealing with today is gonna be like dealing with spirits, man, because everything is spiritual, so to speak. You know what I'm saying? But first, who created these spirits? Left and right, meaning the good and bad, or the left hand side and right hand side. The left hand side being Satan, Shaitan, the adversaries, and and the right being the righteous. All right. So who created these spirits? Okay. Yahweh Shah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, created him. Okay. Who's a so-called black man from the tribe of Judah. Okay. So-called. Okay. As the scriptures, pointed out, the description, describes what he looks like. Okay. But first scripture, let this load, Salakia. This is not something planned, just through the spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. But hopefully it's edifying. Scripture, don't forget. Um, Yahweh Shah basically created the spirits. So I'll go to Colossians. All right, so uh okay. So this is Colossians chapter 1, and I'm gonna start with verse 12. It says, "Giving thanks unto the Father, which hath made us meet to be partakers of the inheritance of the saints in light." Okay. It says, "Who had delivered us from the power of darkness." Yeah, power of darkness. Those left hand spirits. Okay, and ultimately Satan. Okay. That's what we waiting on. You waiting on the deliverer, Yahweh Shah, in the ancient Hebrew. Okay, Lashawan Kadash, Yahweh Shah. He is the deliverer. All right. He says, "Who had delivered us from the power of darkness and hath translated us into the kingdom of his dear Son." Okay, and in whom we have redemption through his blood, even the forgiveness of sins. Who is the we? You Israelites, consisting of you Negroes, Latinos, Native American Indians. Okay, period. Not talking about the rest of the nations. It says, "Who is the image of the invisible power?" Okay, the invisible power is talking about Yahweh. Okay, it says the firstborn of every creature. Okay, yeah, Yahweh Shah was the first spirit created. Okay, first spirit created. Okay, that's why he's the beloved Son. All right, verse 16. But for by him were all things created. Okay, so yeah, all things were created by Yahweh Shah. The Most High Power created. The Most High Power Yahweh created Yahweh Shah, and for by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth, visible and invisible. Okay, whether they be thrones. Yeah, no, visible and invisible. Yeah, so yeah, we don't see these spirits that fuck with us, that hop on different people. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not actual, the you know what I'm saying, the physical being itself, but it's the spirit that's on them. Now you can't see the spirit. You know, well, sometimes maybe you could, see a spirit if, what I'm saying, they're doing some type of I'm not gonna say magical, but I'm gonna say spiritual thing. Okay, like the unclean spirit left, a body throughout the scriptures. Anyways, it says whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities. Okay. Or powers. All things were created by him and for him. So these left-hand spirits and the right-hand spirits were created by Yahweh Shai. Okay, period. And he is before all things, and by him all things consist. Yeah, man, because, in this truth, spirit, certain, spirits may hop on people we're dealing with, may it be our parents, whether it be your woman, okay, your baby mother, okay, your people at the job, okay, the plantation, okay. It's gonna be spirits, and they're gonna hop on and then hop off, right? And we're not, Let me read that again. All these spirits are visible and invisible. Okay, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers, all things were created by him and for him. Okay, these left hand spirits and right hand spirits that jump on people, we're gonna have to endure it. Okay, being spiritual men, we should be able to, know and discern that though. But let me get a second scripture. That's what I want. Okay, Ephesians chapter 6. Okay, and I'm gonna start with verse 10. It says, "Finally, my brethren, okay, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of the Most High." Okay, and now what's the whole armor? It's talking about these scriptures, man. You gotta wear these scriptures. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be what's the scripture? Salakia. Let me see if I can get the scripture. Basically, it's talking about meditating, day and night. All right. This is I think it's Joshua right here. Joshua 1:8. It says, "This book of the law shall not depart out thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do all according to all that is written therein. For thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." All right. That's putting on the whole armor. At the end of the day, if we put on the whole armor, what's gonna happen? Let's go back to the scripture. It says, "Put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil." All right, and the devil has two entities. Okay, the spiritual, okay, and the physical. Esau, okay, the Edomites, biblically known as the so-called white man, but the spiritual, okay, the left hand spirits could hop on anybody. including your people, your immediate family, whether it be in your associates at work, anybody. Okay, verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Okay, yeah, we're not. At the end of the day, we're not wrestling with. Okay, we're not wrestling. Okay, with the person itself. It's the spirit within them. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness of this world, okay? Against spiritual wickedness in high places, okay? Okay, let me get into this word principality right first, just to furthermore edify, hopefully prolong. Yeah, the government shutdown to prolong, to extend, so it trickle down and hurt everybody, and they can have this order, what they call it, order ab chaos, order out of chaos, okay, which is the year 2019, and prophesied to be the the year of Karagma, okay. We want this to happen. So, Laki, let's not get off topic. Principalities, okay? Principality, it's a noun, okay? Going back to the 1300th century, position of a prince. Yeah, so that's talking about what? Satan, prince of this world, Satan, okay? And the spiritual entities on the left-hand side that ultimately been created by who? Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, because by all things by him are we created. It tells you what? That in Colossians, the first chapter, as we just read, it says a position of a prince, principality, position of a prince, okay? Principal power, sovereignty, okay? Now who's the prince of this world? Satan, period, okay? Let's go back to the scriptures one time. It says, put on the whole armor of the Most High. Yeah, man. So that's why we got to be constantly, spiritual and meditating on these scriptures, so we can overcome and endure these little light afflictions that we deal with every day. Because we know brothers is out there. You know what I'm saying, dealing with all types of, but we gotta endure and strive to the end, period. The main test is what? The hour of temptation. So this light shit cannot and will not, cannot get in the way. It can't be a distraction or like a distraction. It can't be a distraction, okay? Because the scriptures say, put on the whole armor of the Most High, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil, okay, the deceiver, the diablo, okay? For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against powers, okay, against the rulers of darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. All right. With that, all praises, glory due to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shah, by Hashem Rakakodash. Double honors to the apostles, and that is a great millstone. And to the hopeful elect out there, Shalom.